Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. My name is Tazam Akamaf, and to my right I have
Tazian Makazak.
We come from the Camp Province in Babylon in Tampa, Florida. Okay, as you could read, this is an article that says millions are at risk of starving to death. Okay, millions are at risk of starving to death. Okay, we in the times where famine is on the rise, and this is one of the Lord's plagues. Okay, just to jump in the article for a little bit. First paragraph, it says millions of people in 43 countries are at risk of famine, the most extreme form of hunger that can result in death, according to the United Nations World Food Program. And the director of the program says all it would take to prevent that from happening is a small fraction of U.S. billionaires' net worth. All right. Man, this is crazy. Okay, so let's open up with the first precept.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 40 and verse 9. Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood.
Okay, right. All these things are created for the wicked, the plagues. Okay, let's see that. It says death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. All right. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood, man. All right. Famine is the worst thing, to die from. We're gonna play a little bit of this video. Pop.
Turning overseas, the United Nations says around 95% of people in Afghanistan are going hungry. It is one more sign of that country's economic collapse after the Taliban seized control following the U.S. withdrawal. MTS Tayeb visited a children's hospital in the capital where families are desperate for help.
There are few greater agonies for a mother than a sick child. 6-month-old Sophia suffers from severe anemia caused by acute malnutrition. Her mother, Arezo, says, "We just didn't have enough money to feed her."
Please help us.
Her father, Baba Shireen, tells us he's desperate.
He's desperate, man. Okay, Yahweh Bashim al-Shai is going to make these people desperate. Okay, with the famine. All right, think about that day that's coming. All right, the MOTB. All right, people are going to be starving out here, and what they're gonna be desperate for food.
Yep.
Desperate for water. All right, and what they're gonna turn into. Man, let's just get it, man. I gotta eat, man. I gotta, they're gonna fold under that pressure, man.
Yep, it says in the scripture they should not regard their kings and queens, and also they're gonna lift up the sword against their neighbor, man. Going in there stealing.
Yep.
And trying to rob, man, because they're gonna need it. You know what I'm saying?
Stealing and robbing, all of that.
Yep.
Okay. Continue this video. And you see that his daughter was, she was dying of the disease of, not of no
what is that, malnutrition or something like that?
Of nutrition. Okay. Let's play a little bit more of this video.
What sort of help does your family need right now?
He says, "I need food. I have 5 kids. They're all so hungry." Hunger and poverty have long stalked Afghanistan's children. But since the Taliban seized power 2 months ago, the nation is spiraling into a deep humanitarian crisis. According to the United Nations, if urgent humanitarian assistance doesn't come soon, more than 1 million children will die from malnutrition. Signs of desperation can be seen in every corner of Afghanistan. This USAID-funded World Food Program distribution center is packed, but all that's on offer are sacks of flour and a bit of salt.
Look at that, man. Man, Esau is playing with these heathens, man. All they gave him was a pack of flour and salt, man.
What the fuck?
A pack of flour and salt. Playing with these heathen, man. But really, it's Yahweh Bashim al-Shai, making these people suffer. Cause why? They had a part in our slavery, man. Putting us in slavery and doing the things they did to us, man. Now they got to pay for it.
That's right.
Okay, let's jump to the next precept.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 8 and verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, thou wilt send a famine in the land. Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh.
Okay, we know Yahweh Shem Al Shai is going to send a famine, which is going to be no food and no water. Well, it's going to be a lack of food and water.
Yep.
But most importantly, it's going to be hearing the prophets, man. Us giving you the warning of what's to come.
Yep.
Okay, that's the most important famine. You not taking heed of the warning of Yahweh Shem Al Shai's voice. That's going to be the worst.
Yeah. Yep.
You want to add on to that?
Yeah, I do want to add on to that, because, there is a famine that's coming, that's happening. It's not that America don't got food or anything, in these countries. Well, some of these countries don't got food, but it's not that they don't have food. It's that you can't acquire it, man. This food is locked up, They got it locked up on these trucks and shit. And, it's just, you can't reach it, man. It's not that the food's going out. It's just, you can't get to it, man.
Oh, yeah. And I was reading on one of the brothers' videos, Yahweh Shem Al Shai, that's one of a war strategy for food, man, famine.
Yep.
So Yahweh Shem Al Shai is on the offensive mode. Okay, he's on the offensive mode. Now he's pulling the food. He's pulling everything that's going to bring this government and the society down.
Yep.
And to build up the righteous. All right. Let's play a little bit more of this video and then read more some of the article.
Wahid Ahmed Darwesh is one of the organizers.
People come here because they're hungry, they need food. But all you're able to give them is flour and salt.
Right now, not enough, but it has saved their life.
While we were talking, the Taliban arrived.
So the Taliban make problem every day, as you will see.
This is Taliban? And what are they saying?
Oh, they say stop.
Filming.
Yeah, we should continue later.
We overheard one Taliban fighter ask his commander if he should kill us. It was time for our crew to leave. As the group tightens its grip on power, Afghanistan is barely...
them heathens got offended, man. Because we broadcasting their downfall.
Holding on. The Biden administration has already frozen $9 billion in assets, and along with other nations says any future financial support is conditional on the Taliban proving it's moderated since it was last in power. Zabihullah Mujahid is the Taliban's chief spokesman.
The United Nations is warning over 1 million children will die from malnutrition if nothing urgent is done. Can the Taliban solve this crisis without the help of the world and the United States?
He says, on the one hand, they say 1 million children will die, but on the other, the U.S. are holding our money. The U.S. should release our money so we can save our children.
That's what you get from messing with Babylon, man. You drunk the wine of her fornication. Now Babylon just playing with you now.
Yep.
Now they holding your money. Now you stressed out. All these nations gonna figure out you should never mess with Babylon the Great, the whore, man.
That's right.
Month, world leaders promised $1.2 billion in aid to prevent a humanitarian catastrophe across Afghanistan. But it won't do much to bring the economy back from the brink. And won't be enough to help the country's smallest and most vulnerable. For CBS Morning.
The heathens are ugly. Okay, let's jump to the next precept.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
Right, man. The famine is coming. Let's bring that verse back, brother.
Okay. 2nd Ezra 16 to 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings.
Okay, people are going to be, they're going to be crying, man. They're going to be devastated. They're going to be in a trauma effect. All right.
Just like that man in that video. He was desperate.
Yep.
The beginnings of famine and great death. The beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear.
Okay, right. You see how the Taliban leader was in great fear. All right, because Babylon had took their money and is holding it against them. Death and famine. All right, death and famine. Their country, 1 million people gonna die, and they have no control of it. All right, continue.
The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
Yeah, what are you gonna do when evils come? You can't do anything. Yahweh Shema Shai is in control, and he's the one that's sending the plagues out.
That's right. Verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
All right. Yeah, man. These are all sent to, ultimately help the kingdom come quicker. Okay. Let's read a little bit more of this article. It says right here, it says famine, according to the organization, is declared when at least 20% of households in an area face an extreme food shortages, at least 30% of kids are malnourished, and the daily death from starvation rate is greater than 2 people per 10,000. In Afghanistan alone, the UN has warned that more than 1 million children could die from malnutrition if the country doesn't receive humanitarian assistance soon. Roughly 95% of families in the nation do not have enough food, according to WFP. In Haiti, a country suffering from political, social, and economic instability, roughly half of the population is more insecure. WFP says Beasley pointed towards Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, the 2 richest people in the world, who could each individually help those in these situations with a small chunk of their overall change.
Man, them crackers ain't gonna do shit, man.
These crackers are not gonna blend in. They're gonna give you the crumb.
Yes.
Musk, CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, has a net worth of $151 billion, according to Forbes, with his wealth increasing by more than 500% from January 2020 to March this year. Meanwhile, Amazon CEO Bezos has a net worth of $177 billion. All right, man, they're just going to, these Edomites that have a lot of money. Look at this, man. People are mad. The world's in trouble, and you're telling me you can't give me 0.36% of your net worth increase to help the world in trouble in times like this, he said. What if it was your daughter starving to death? What if it was your family starving to death? Wake up, smell the coffee, and help. My God, people are dying out here, Beasley said. We have a jab for this. It's called money food. Man, look, Esau is not going to help you. Esau has the sword. He has the power. You keep trying to flip it on them, they're going to flip it right back on you, man. All right, that's the end of the article. So let's continue with these precepts.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field.
Right. Those that are slain with the sword. Read it again.
They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger.
Right, okay. It's better to die than to die of hunger, man. Dying of hunger is the worst way to die. You just starving and your body's just eating itself up inside out, man. That's why you start seeing your rib cage and your organs just start eating itself.
You're swollen up and your head starts swelling up like a damn Hamite, a damn African. Fat ass Africans, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And okay, I'm gonna continue. For these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. Yeah, you be, bro, you going through a famine, man. You eat shit in like weeks. man, all you can think about is food, man. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna start hallucinating. A prime example is a desert. Okay, you obviously there's no food or water out there. You're walking for days. You think about food and water, or when you're in the middle of an ocean, you just think about food and water. You're so thirsty, you want to drink the ocean.
Yeah, man.
But knowing you drink the ocean water, you're gonna die.
Fucking die, bro.
You're gonna start hallucinating. You're gonna start going crazy.
Yeah, man.
Same way with the desert. You're gonna start hallucinating. You might eat a cactus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. This is, let me go check Ezra.
Yep.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and 57. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish within the sword in the field.
They're gonna die. Say it again. Thy children shall die of hunger, man. Look, you see how Afghan, they're dying of hunger, man.
Yeah, damn, man. Yeah. Damn children, man.
It's not gonna be only Afghan either. It's gonna be spread across the whole world. It might start from one place, but now it's gonna jump to another region, another place. All right, continue.
Verse 58. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water.
Right, man. It's gonna be cannibalism. All right, that's why it says, verse 58, they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh, right, and drink their own blood, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. It's gonna be so bad, people are gonna start eating each other.
Yep.
Okay.
Mom's gonna be eating their kids and shit.
Yep.
You know?
Just like in the ancient days, according to the scriptures, there was cannibalism before.
Yeah, it was cannibalism. Yep.
How much is gonna be more now?
Yep.
All right. They're gonna start eating their own selves and drink the blood for water, man.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna get real bad, Israel. The world, that's why the scripture said the world has never seen a time like this.
Yep.
We're gonna see things we never seen before. It's gonna be traumatizing.
Yep. A time like never before, and a time that will never be until like this.
Yep.
You know, you see in these movies, for example, like how these zombies be
World War Z.
Yeah, World War Z. You know, zombies be eating the flesh of these people, man. That's how people gonna be, and they ain't even gonna be zombies. Shit. I mean, you know, like they're not gonna be in their right mind, but they not gonna be like zombies. They gonna act like zombies though, eating the flesh of others, man.
Get the book of Isaiah.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 65 and 13. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Oh yeah, that's right. You know the servants, man, the ones who's doing this work and who's warning the people of these tribulations and these bad times to come. You know, start from the elders of the Apostle of the Great Millstone, double honors to the elders of the Apostle of the Great Millstone, and on down. You know, these are the servants of the Lord, man. And when that time of famine, tribulation comes, we are gonna eat, man. Yahweh Ratazah will be of that elect number. You know, we gonna eat. The Lord gonna make sure that we drink and that we good during these times, man.
Yep.
You know,
because we are His servants. What we're doing out now, we're building and we're serving Yahweh Shema Shai. What makes you think He's not gonna serve His servants, man?
Yeah, especially with the scripture, kind of scriptures like how the animals eat. You know, the Lord feeds these animals. How you think the birds be eating and shit, man? Yeah. So how much more us? How much more the prophet? I mean, you know, if that be our lot, the prophets. You know, the men of the Lord. How much more the men of the Lord in those times? He said He was gonna cover us. Because everything He wrote in the scripture is true and will come to pass, man. But for those others, you know, who despise this truth and didn't take heed to the warnings, it says, behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Right. You know, you're going to be ashamed in that time, bro. You're going to have so much regret, you know, so much emotion. Yep. Go ahead. And you just going to be, man, not in your right state of mind. You're going to be gone, man. And why are they going to regret? They're going to regret because they should have took the heed and did the work while they had
had the chance.
Hell yeah.
But while we had the grace period, we rejoicing because we know it's paying off.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, but Israel don't have mortal thoughts. Okay, don't have mortal thoughts of what to eat.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do? How many times we're gonna eat? How many days we're gonna go without eating?
Yep.
Because that just shows you don't have faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
That's right.
If he says it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. All right? There's a count in the scriptures. I believe 2 Kings, the book Elijah. The Lord told Elijah to go to I believe a river, and the raven fed him, man. Okay, that could be us the same way. The angels could pop up, give us food.
Yep.
A chariot could, beam down some food. You don't know how it's gonna go. We don't know, but we know Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna feed us, man. And he's gonna show miracles. So with that, Lord will is edifying to the hopeful elect that was watching this. I'm gonna give all honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem HaKakwadash. Till next time we say Shalom.